All right, I'm all set up. If anyone has questions, now I'm free.
I have a question. Do you need internet access to run these programs?
Say that again?
Do you need internet access to run programs? No. Well, I just tried it now and it seemed to be working, but I really don't know. I think it's just because I would have it open and I would be running whatever other says, but that wouldn't bring it to me.
Probably doesn't like, what is this? What's the RAM? If you go to control, so Windows 10, type in the control panel. And the system. System. I can do that. What's the top Intel I can do that? What's the processor? It doesn't say quad or dual. So what you need to do with 4 gigs of RAM and something like that, make sure that GIS is the only thing running.
Yeah, that was the one that was open.
Okay, do that. And sometimes it just is not going to like you. That's just, the program is very temperamental. When that happens, what I would do is I would get rid of your, I would do that too. I would get a fresh MXV or a fresh set of data. So you're going to have your data on the desktop, but also have like a clean set of data that you've never touched before. Try, if something like that happens again, go back and try the clean set of data. For whatever reason, seriously, it just doesn't like you.
Yeah, I figured because I shut it down before I left my house and I started doing it again.
Yeah, rebooting will fix a lot of problems. Clean data will fix a lot of problems. Since you don't have a quad or dual core, you may not have enough power to do something, especially when you get to the later chapters, which is probably a good idea to reboot your computer before you even start doing it. These are little things that.
Yeah, I figured.
Oh, sorry for sending the assignment. I didn't have Microsoft Word.
You can use Google Docs and save it as a POC.
Yeah, I'm going to be starting in a couple minutes, going over some basics from the class that we missed 2 weeks ago. Most important thing that I'm going to show you is how to take a screenshot. Because I noticed in the instructions I didn't take out the mention of the date from last semester. But this lab will be screenshots instead of MXDs. And I got the live stream to work. We're now live streaming. There's approximately 4-second delay from me talking to it being on YouTube. So if you don't want to be here, every class from now on will be live streamed. They'll be there for 24 hours. And I'll have a class after break on how to sign in. It's a good thing I have a degree in engineering, or I never would have figured out the live stream. Any questions before I start? There's your chance. Is there anything specific you want me to go over? Any technical things other than I'm going to do the data again, because I've gotten all kinds of questions on data. Okay. Yeah, so for the next 15 minutes, I'm just going to go over some different things, and at 5 o'clock, the class will officially start, and I'll go over chapter 4. So you always want to have your data for your assignment on your desktop. Life is so much easier. Instead of it being on a USB drive or anywhere else, put it on the desktop, and then if you're in the library, change it from the desktop and bring it back to your USB drive to save it. So your data, a clean copy of your data for this course is on the S drive, and you have access to the S drive from every computer at ECC. So if you're in the library, you have access to the S drive. If you're in city campus, you have access to the S drive. I think there's a way to do it if you have your own laptop, but you have to do a VPN. It's almost easier just to get your own data. So in the S drive, under the Russell's directory, there's a GP150 folder. Under that folder is a clean set of data. You cannot write to this. You can read, you can copy, but you cannot write. So this is a clean set of data. And what I would do, if you're going to be working on the assignments while I talk, get whatever chapter we're working on and drag that to your desktop. So today we're going to do chapter 4. And I'm just going to grab chapter 4, just drag it over to the desktop. So now chapter 4 is on the desktop. And actually inside of chapter 4, we're going to learn about this today. Inside that folder, you're going to have any MXDs that are associated with the assignment. You're going to have a data folder, which is the data that's associated with the assignment. And then you're going to have a My Data folder. This is where you should put all your stuff for every assignment to be consistent. It'll make your life easier because someone always loses something. You're always looking for something and you can never find it. You always put it in the chapter My Data. You know where it is. So that's data. Did anyone want me to go over zipping and unzipping? No? Okay. All right, the big thing for today and for actually the rest of the semester is taking a screenshot and posting that screenshot into an email, into whatever. So just say, I want you to take a screenshot of a map. And yes, it takes this long for it to open. You can always just click the do not show this dialog in the future. So let me just open something up. Okay, so just say I asked you to take a screenshot of South America and paste that into a Word document. This is, you would go in and you would zoom in to South America, wherever you want. Then to take a screenshot, it is the Alt key and then print screen. So hold the Alt, hit the print screen button. Then 99% of the time, I'm going to tell you to paste that into a Word document. So I'm going to just open up Word. Okay, so I do that again. I zoomed in to wherever you're supposed to go. Then you hit Alt, print screen. Go into your Word document and hit Control V. That pastes what you had on the screen into a Word document. This assignment, you're not going to be turning in MXDs, you're going to be turning in screenshots. So you need to know how to do this.
What was it? It's Control.
Alt, print screen, then Control V. Control V is paste. Control X is cut. And just to show you that there was, oops. So I click anywhere to enable the window, Alt print screen, Control V, it pastes the window. Yeah, step 1 was submitting MXDs. Step 2, you're going to be submitting screenshots. Step 3, you're going to be making PDF maps in 3 weeks. This is the big thing you need to learn or need to know for this chapter. All right, so I've gone over data, how everything's supposed to be on the desktop. We went over, it seems like everybody did the submissions correctly for assignment 2. So we don't really have to go over zipping. You know how to access in Windows 8 by moving your mouse to the upper right, clicking the search key, and then typing ArcMap. Or today we're going to use our catalog. Let's see. Okay, so any questions? Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if this should be discussed before or after class, saving to the U drive. And then opening up, I was getting a bunch of red exclamation points I emailed you.
You're going to see that in today's assignment, how to fix those red exclamation points.
Perfect.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think there's 12 people in the class. All right, I'm going to start. All right, so assignment 3, even though we don't have class next week, it is still due next Wednesday. It is on chapter 4. I don't think anyone had any problems with the software, which is amazing. So this is where you can get the data. Yeah.
Do you know if campus be open next week that we can come here? No? Yeah, it should be. The library's open Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Did it say what time?
I have no idea.
No, it did, but it looked on the front of the library.
Oh.
I'll tell you.
It's still shocking that that library isn't open on Sundays.
I think it is.
No, it isn't. No. Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's starting Thursday.
Oh, okay. At the end of the semester, how can the library not be open on Sunday? People live at UB's library.
Yeah, same thing like Damon. I went there at 1 a.m. on a Sunday night.
3 o'clock in the morning, it's hopping at UB's library, and there's like a ton of people there. Anyway. All right, so we didn't have any problems with the software. We didn't have any problems getting the data, it appears. So that's good. But so the deliverables for this week, 100 points. Now it says submit your final MXDs for 4A, 4B, and 4C. However, I think there's only a 4C MXD. I never corrected this from last semester, so I will correct this. And then, yeah, I didn't do it because it mentions in class on the 23rd. So in class on the 10th, I'm going to tell you what screenshots to take inside of ArcMap, and that's going to be for 4A and 4B. 4C, there is an MXD involved. You're going to paste those screenshots at the end of your summary. All right, so screenshots are worth 30, summary is worth 20. Your one MXD is going to be worth 50. I'll probably change that a little bit. Again, everything's due next Wednesday. Any problems, just let me know. All right. Let's switch to the live stream. Okay, so chapter 4 is interacting with data. Chapter 3, we learn the basics of how to manipulate the basic tools of ArcMap, how to navigate, how to move around, how to look at the attributes in the attribute table. GIS 101. GIS 101A is interacting with data, adding your data, manipulating your data, getting data ready so that you can make your map. So chapter 4, we're going to do browsing through map data, adding data to a map, and working with map layers. In the book, this shows you again what the different items in the interface are called: the main menu bar, the catalog tree, the map window, etc. Then on page 81, we're going to go over this in more detail, but you should know that GIS data can be GIS data for this course can be put into 3 different types of a container, so to speak. You can, they call it a data container. You can put your, and I'm on page 81, second paragraph. You can put vector type of data, and vector type of data is, again, points, lines, polygons, sometimes rasters. Rasters are not a vector. They can be, but for this class, they're not. So you can put your data into something called a geodatabase, which I think is chapter 11 or 12. Shapefiles. Shapefiles have been around forever, since the 90s. And before shapefiles, there was something called coverages. Coverages are evil. You never want to work with coverages, but we won't be doing those in this class. And then the third is an enterprise, something called ArcSDE. We're not going to be working with ArcSDE, but ArcSDE is what big corporations such as Coca-Cola, Erie County, Rolls-Royce, whatever it is, that's where they put their data into. There's something called ArcSDE. ArcSDE used to be a $30,000 program. It's now free if you purchase another $36,000 program. Yes. Anyway, so page 81, it shows you the data structure, and you're going to see this in our catalog. In the data, page 82, we're going to look at some items that are in a geodatabase, and we're going to look at items that are in a shapefile called US Cities PM. So exercise 4A, browsing through map data. And step 1, they want you to open our catalog. No, not ArcMap. So remember our catalog, switch. Our catalog, put the cursor on the right, go to search, start typing our catalog. And our catalog should open faster than ArcMap.
So this whole one that we're doing in chapter 4 is all our catalog?
No. A and B is our catalog, C is ArcMap. All right, so 1, start our catalog. We did that. And that is this program right there. If this is the first time, you may need to display the catalog tree. Does everyone have the catalog tree? Okay. And it tells you in step 2 how to open it if you don't. Step 3, on the menu bar. So up here is the menu bar, and I've got a bunch of different tools open, different toolbars open, the catalog tree and the contents. The menu bar, click Customize. our catalog options, which is the bottom. And this Our Catalog Options window pops up, and this is where you can customize how you want your Our Catalog to look. And remember, Our Catalog, you can think of it as Windows Explorer. It's where you manipulate the files, your GIS files, your data files. It's all done in Our Catalog. So if you were to open up a shapefile in Windows Explorer, a shapefile consists of 6 to 8 separate files. In Our Catalog, a shapefile is just one file. So always use Our Catalog when you're manipulating your GIS data. So step 4, make sure the Generals tab is selected. Clear the Hide File extension, so yours might be checked. Uncheck that and click OK. Step 5 on the Standard toolbar. Okay, I will be saying, if I'm going to say desktop 500 times, I'm going to say the folder plus button 400 times. You need to connect your program to where your data is located. And to do that, you use the connect to folder button. So put a big circle, a big star around this step 5 on page 85, because it's going to be the cause of a lot of pain for a lot of you. You're going to forget to do this step. So just remember, you need to tell the program where your data is located. And to do that, it's the folder plus icon. And I guarantee on the midterm, the over-under will be 3 of you will ask me this exact same question. Anyway, click the folder plus icon. That was step 5. Navigate to the C drive to view its contents. So I'll do that again. Folder plus. This PC, well, for me, I got a Windows 10. And then I click the C drive, and you can look at the various files that are on the C drive. Big thing here, systems are different. You may find the C drive in a directory called My Computer or under Computer. For me, I have it under C. Actually, it's under this PC for a Windows 10. However, they want you to connect to the C drive because they assume that your data is located on C, GTK, ArcGIS. As we've explained and as we've done in this class, your data is on the desktop. So to make your life easier, so you don't have to remember where your data is, you connect a folder, all you have to do is highlight desktop and then click OK. So now under folder connections, I've got way too many, but there is now a C user Steven desktop. Yours will say your username and desktop. And then you should see your chapter 4 right there.
So connect folder, desktop.
Connect as long as you put your data, you grabbed it from the S drive, copied it to your desktop on this computer. Yes.
Okay, so by the end of the semester, if we use the same one, we'll have as many chapters as we.
No, because the second you log off of that computer, everything disappears.
Well, I re-downloaded it and it's still at chapter 3 on my desktop.
It'll disappear. At some point, it'll just go away.
Well, because last week it's still here, but I mean, some point it'll erase it.
On your desktop, yes. Yeah. Okay, so actually, since I've got data different on my laptop as opposed to this, I'll do that again. Okay, folder plus icon, click, oops, highlight desktop, click OK. maybe. Click desktop, goes to contacts.
No, it's definitely done.
Yeah,
Like, I'll go through this connected and then connected again.
connect.
Whoa.
Okay. Maybe we won't use that one.
It's, sorry, so should we already have some data on our desktop that we're?
You should have copied chapter 4s from the S drive
Right.
to your desktop.
Okay. I did that, it's still not coming up.
No, okay. When you, let's go to this. So when I have this chapter 4 data on the desktop, if I were to go to wow, there's nothing.
Tough time there.
Yeah. Wouldn't surprise me if this computer is like totally virused.
I know you're like dealing with that, but.
No, blurt out a question.
Chapter 4, I'm in the folder and I'm doing data, my data, or the exercise.
We haven't got that far yet.
Okay.
As long as you can see chapter 4, stop.
Okay, all right. So I don't want to put anything on desktop yet.
Well, you've
Not
already,
quite.
as long as you put the chapter 4 data on your desktop, you're fine.
Just the chapter 4 data?
Mhm.
Okay, the folder is just data, not my data.
I don't know. Okay.
You said app data is okay? Yeah, app data. I think I clicked the wrong button.
So open up our first, put your data on the desktop.
That's it.
Second, open up our catalog. Third, hit the folder plus. Fifth, click desktop. Sixth, click OK. Then under folder connections in our catalog, hit the plus next to that. You're going to see something, like I have way too many things. I have data all over the place, but yours is only going to have your name and desktop. And then hit the plus and you're going to see a chapter 4 folder. Then stop. Yep.
Should I drag the whole chapter 4 folder
Just-
onto the desktop?
yes.
Not go inside and get data and my data or any of those
Oh no,
things?
just grab the
thing.
entire folder.
Okay.
Okay, so that was step 6. Very, very important, very confusing. Okay, so chapter 6 tells you to put it on the C drive. You're going to be putting it on your desktop. So, and actually my data on my laptop is located on my C drive. So there would be my chapter 4, and under chapter 4 I have data, my data, and then the MXD that we're going to use. So step 7 is expand the folder, go to the chapter 4 folder, take a look, it's got data, my data, and an MXD document. Expand the data folder, just hitting the plus. Notice this symbol is a geodatabase. A geodatabase can be either a file geodatabase, which is what we use in 2016, or it could be a personal geodatabase, and the extensions are different. A file geodatabase is GDB, a personal geodatabase is MDB. An MDB extension is an access database. And that's we'll go over that in chapter 11.
Saying my path, the path you have entered is invalid or non-existent.
You have your data on the desktop?
3 and 4. Okay, you haven't made any connection there.
You're not gonna like this when you reboot the machine.
All right, it's 5:13. Continuing onward so I can finish in an hour. All right, so if you hit the plus next to the world GDB, the data that's inside that geodatabase shows up. So inside of world GDB, there's background, cities, countries, and lat long. And notice the symbology under background, that is a symbol for a polygon. Cities, that's the symbol for the 3 dots, a point. Lat long, that's a symbol for a line, points, lines, and polygons. There are no rasters in here. Okay, I think I probably got ahead of myself. So step 8, expand world DB. And step 9, toolbar, make sure the details button is active. Yep. Step 10, click World DB in the catalog display, make sure the contents tab is active. Yep. And step 11, in the standard toolbar, click each of the buttons to change the look of it. So if you go up, oops. Make them large icons, list, details, thumbnail, however you want to look at them. And page 88, they want you to look at it like that. Step 12, in the catalog tree, click the countries. So I hit the plus, click on countries, country shows up. Click the preview tab. So there's the contents, there's the preview tab. And that's what the polygon for countries looks like if you were to add it to a map. Step 13, on the geography toolbar, click the create thumbnail button. Yeah, do it and then you're done. Isn't that nice? Step 14, in the catalog display, click the contents tab to see the new thumbnail graphic. We already have a thumbnail there. They all have thumbnails, so it's not gonna, it doesn't matter.
I think mine didn't for a second.
If it didn't, then when you did it, it will show up. Step 15, click the preview tab. Country full size. Oops, no, the countries. Then you can actually use the tools. And if you don't see these tools, standard is there. It's the geography toolbar. If you right click anywhere on here, if you don't see this, the plus minus the hand and the globe, right click and then click on geography so you make sure that it's checked. And then with that, you can click the zoom in and you can get the pan. So everything you did in chapter 3. And they want you to actually go to Australia. So to actually zoom out, you hit the world button or the full extent, zooms out. Then I click the zoom in, and I draw a box around Australia, and I zoom into Australia. That was step 16. On the geography toolbar, click the identify, which is the identify is the eye, blue eye button. And then click on Australia and the identify results window, and you can make that bigger, putting the mouse. Come on. Maneuvering that around. And there was a blue question, is Papua New Guinea a UN member state? I think one of these will say status UN member state. So if we were doing the blue questions, the answer would be yes, but you're not. Close the identify window. Use the pan tool to pan around the map. Click the full extent button or the globe. Brings it back out. Step 20, at the bottom of the catalog display, click the preview. So down here, all right, it shows you what the geography would look like, but you can also see what the tabular data that's associated with this would look like by clicking that and clicking table. So now for countries, has a spatial component and it has a bunch of attributes attached to it. And here's all the different attributes for countries, the names, there's probably population, all kinds of different stuff that you can take a look at. And yeah, 21, scroll through the attribute columns. When you're finished looking, click the preview menu again and click geography. Bring it back. In the catalog display, click the description tool. All right, the description tool is where the metadata is supposed to reside about the data. Metadata is data about the data. No one ever bothers to fill out the metadata. Yeah.
When I click on functions and ranges, oh, it's all saying the preview preview display, but it doesn't fix itself.
Oh, okay. So description is metadata. Okay, so for chapter 4A, I want you to take 3 screenshots, and this is not in the instructions just yet. Okay, so the third screenshot you're going to take is of the description tab. So I want to see this world countries. And remember, Alt print screen, Control V into a Word document. If you're not using Word, I don't know if you can put it in Google Docs. You should be able to. You can paste, you can do a screenshot into Google Docs. Good.
Where does the screenshot come up?
You're creating a screenshot.
Right, but I didn't control.
You hit Alt print screen, Alt print screen, and then you would have Word open, and you would inside of Word, you would hit Control V or paste,
Okay.
and it would paste it in. So this is the third screenshot that I'm looking for. The second screenshot would be the preview tab, and I want to see the table. And the first screenshot Yes. And the first screenshot is you're zooming into Australia. So that, screenshot 1, screenshot 2, screenshot 3. Just shows that you were there, you zoomed in.
I thought maybe I just gotta try again, but it's like coming up with the first screenshot like instead of the second one.
You got to do it again.
Okay.
Each screenshot is different.
Right, no, yeah, I thought I must have passed the hard now.
Okay, so you got 3 screenshots for 4A.
What's the last one or the first one?
The first one,
Technically the first, but the last
is-
one you mentioned.
the first one is a screenshot of Australia.
Okay. Thank you.
The second one is the table. The third one is the metadata or the description.
Alright.
All right, any questions on 4A?
Can you show the table?
Yeah, and make sure you do this on your own. This is the basics of this program. You need to know chapter 3 and 4 before you do anything else. So do this on your own. If you have to do it a couple times, do it a couple times.
That's what we're submitting. Here you go.
3 screenshots.
After the description and the summary.
Sure. Anywhere in that Word document. So you're going to be doing a half-page summary, so you may as well do it after.
Right.
And just call it 4A.
Okay.
All right. 4B, adding data to a map. So now we've looked at how you look at data inside of our catalog. Now we're going to add some data to a map. And one start our catalog. Oh, they want you to do it this way? Okay. If you have our catalog open, there is a button that allows you to start ArcMap, or you can just start ArcMap from, if you leave it open. So our catalog, there's a button, ArcMap. You click that button, and ArcMap will start up. That's step 2. Turn on ArcMap. Step 3, if you see that, just click at the bottom, it says, do not show this dialog in the future. You never have to play with this at all. So step 3, if you see that image in the book on page 95, click the box and don't worry about it anymore. If you don't see that image, good, you don't need to. Step 4, position the Arc Catalog and ArcMap application windows so that you can see both the catalog tree and the ArcMap display window. Really? Okay. So they want you to, all right, to do this, you want to minimize one window, minimize both windows. So to minimize the windows, hit that middle button. Restore down, minimize, but hit the middle button, open up our catalog, hit the middle button. Oops. So now I can see our catalog and our map. You can do it, yeah. You're never ever going to do this again. So let's continue what they want you to do. So step 4 is do it that way. Okay, you're never. Okay, we'll do what they want you to do. However, I'm going to show you the way that you're going to do it for the rest of the class. They want you to take lat long, and they want you to take that and drag it to the table of contents, and then lat long is now in your ArcMap. Don't do it that way, it'll just confuse you. So let me remove that. So this is 5 and 6. To add data to your map, you want to use the plus button. The upper portion, the yellow black button. Again, when you mouse over it, you see add data. So if I click that button, this is the most important part of the class. This is where everyone gets confused. Adding data, you have to tell ArcMap where your data is located. So to do that, you're going to use the
Connect the
folder plus button.
folder process.
Yes. So right now it's pointing into data, which is actually where it's supposed to point, but pretend it was pointed at my C drive when you first logged in, wherever it's located. You need to tell it where your data is located. Your data is always going to be on the desktop. So you hit the connect to folder, highlight desktop, and you can see user Steven desktop. Now when you did that, you may not see it in the add data, but it will be listed in your list of folders. So user Steven data desktop. However, mine is in here, chapter 4. So you should see add data, data, my data, chapter 4 up in the look-in. If you have a problem with that, it's 5:30. Ask me after class. I'll be more than happy to go over it again and again and again, because you need to know how to add data to your maps. All right, so what I just showed you replaces 5, 6, and 7 on page 96. Don't do that.
Don't do what you just showed us, or don't
No,
do 5, 6?
5, 6, and 7. Don't drag it from our catalog to ArcMap.
Okay.
So they want you.
Is this like right up to number 8 after?
Now we're going to. They want you to drag countries, step 10. Oh, okay. So you're just ignore up to step 10. Step 11. That's when they tell you to use the add button, the add data button. So put a big circle with a star, page 99, step 11, 12, 13. You're going to need to know how to do this over and over and over again. This is how you add data to your map. So you're going to click the plus button, step 12. You're going to browse to where your data is located. And to browse, that means you click the down arrow on look in. You're not always going to see that folder connection of your desktop. So if you don't see that folder connection, you need to create that connection with the folder plus icon. So folder plus, then you just navigate to where your data is located. And mine's a little different. And actually double click data. So now you can see the file geodatabase and the shapefile. Double click world. So when you double click that geodatabase, all the items that are located in that geodatabase will show up. And they want us to add background. So you can click background and click add. Step 13. No, we're not going to drag.
So that'd be the same thing for all the other.
Yeah, why not?
More or less.
And as a shortcut, you click the top one, hold down the shift key, click the bottom one, it selects all of them. I'll do that again. Click whatever the top one is, hold the shift key, it selects all of them. If you click one of them and hold the control key, it only selects one at a time. So we'll add all 4 in. Actually, I have background in twice.
So you can do that by accident, like hide that background twice.
Mhm.
Affect your files later down the line.
Well, it's going to affect a whole bunch of different things because when I did that, notice that the purple was on top and you couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
So I got rid of it. So step 13 is drag background. Yeah, background was up here. Remember, there's the hierarchy for the program draws the first one, then it draws the second one, and the third one, and then the fourth one. And you always want to have the points on top. The program should do it for you. Points on top, lines second, polygons below. So notice as I drag background underneath, lat long pops up, cities pop up. Notice you can't see countries, but if I move countries above background, countries now shows up.
So just to have it straight in my head, the layer that's the lowest on the list
Is the last one drawn?
is the one that's on top. Or no?
No, at the one at the bottom.
Okay. All right. So
The first one draws the first thing, so it sees cities, and it draws cities
on the
first.
top layer.
So cities is always, anything underneath cities, just think of it as a,
Right. It's just like you and yeah, it's like almost like a pie.
Yeah.
Sandwich. Then it's just not a sandwich.
so step 13. All right, we'll do this, but you'll never do this one either. All right. On the standard toolbar, click the search button. One of these, okay. So I put my mouse, click the search button. Search window will pop up. Arrange it as you prefer. Step 16, click the search option button. So put my mouse, search options, hold it down. Click the add button. Oops. Search options. Search option window pops up, which is what it looks like on page 101. Now we want to add chapter 4. So we click the add button, navigate to where your chapter 4 is located, and click select. Okay, it doesn't like me. So you actually have to go to where all the chapters are located. And this could be your desktop. For me, I have everything in one spot, so I just highlight chapter 4, then click select, then it will show up. This may take a few minutes to select. Indexing, sure. You're never going to do this again. You're only going to do this for this assignment, for this portion.
It's not letting me go to the area where I find the original chapter. Yeah, chapter 4.
It won't, if you drill down into chapter 4, it won't let you, so you have to actually highlight chapter 4. Then it'll let you. Search, make sure menu set to local search. And under indexing status, it'll tell you if it's indexing or it's not. It looks like I'm waiting for the results to show up. Okay, then it's done. It'll say active, click OK. Now in the search window, the results should show up.
What should we use here?
Notice the rotating circle. That means the program's thinking.
Yeah, I'm not saying give me that. I already do it. So, I just, when I clicked OK, it just went away, but now I went through it again, now it's indexing. So that'll wait. Other, when you're in the search options window, other than adding the chapter 4 file, is there anything else that's to change?
No.
But wait for it to say stop and wait for it to stop indexing.
Yeah, it'll say under indexing status active, and it should be 30 seconds, but now it appears that it's going to take however how long to show up in the search window. All right, did I miss anything? Navigate, select, click index new items. Oh, I didn't click index new items. And this is actually a good lesson for you to learn. When you get the rotating circle, you can't do anything. That's bad. If you get the rotating circle, the only thing you can do, oh, okay. You can either, this is good, one, you can wait until the rotating circle stops, or if you have no patience like I do, you just X and close ArcMap and start all over from the beginning. And you'll do this a lot of times. All right, so luckily mine stopped. Nothing showed up, but I want you to type pollution. Maybe it'll show up if I type pollution. No, that's not it. Search options. My chapter 4. Index new items. I didn't do that last time. And it found 7. It's still indexing. Yeah, this is why you're never going to do this again.
You just skip it all in general?
No.
It's still not working. It's not at all. You say index.
The programs say it may take a minute. Usually when it says it'll take a minute, it takes 5 to 10. Aha, the index may take a few minutes to complete. That is code for wait. And then you only have 5 things in there. Then click OK, and in that search box, type pollution. What's that? When this is all done, this indexing status will stop. I don't know why. Over here, you're going to type in pollution, and then you should see what it. There should be the countries, the cities.
I don't have
but it wants you to select the US cities PM, so as long as you see that. And if this ever does it, your deliverables are actually going to be screenshots of 21, 22, and 23 when this thing finally decides to stop. So if you look at 21, there is a table. You're going to take a screenshot of that. 22, there's a little bit of the map. You can take a screenshot of that. In step 23, you're going to zoom in. Those will be your 3 screenshots for 7B.
Are you gonna put all the screenshots into online to tell us what the screenshot? Or you just?
I'm telling you now, and then I'll go back in and change the instructions for the, I think one person isn't here.
The table have to look exactly like the table in the book.
Exactly? No.
What did you say the screenshot?
Step 21, 22, and 23. What, page 104, page 105.
Oh, so those pictures that they have on there.
Yours is going to be similar to those.
Okay. I don't know.
Like your 23 is actually going to look like 22. It's going to be a screenshot of the entire program.
Okay, right. It's not just gonna be that map.
No.
Not the zoom in.
If you know how to crop,
Right.
be my guest.
I'm still trying to add this chapter 4. It's not.
Yeah, mine's still indexing.
It's indexing and it says active now.
Then click OK.
Yeah, and then it takes away the search bar. It doesn't change anything that I can notice.
Okay. Once you're done, you click OK. In the search bar, then you type in pollution. If the search bar isn't there, you can click search. That little tab next to it, it should pop up.
Okay, search pollution. And then all these come up.
And you want to select US cities PM.
Okay. All right.
All right, I'm going to give this one more minute, and then I'm going to move on. Yeah.
So when you do the description, should we